Hey guys, you're joining us here at AFTERBUZZ TV. We're going over Speechless Season 1, Episodes 9 and 10. Sorry we missed you guys last week. This is SLED HOCKEY and CHO Choir, so stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Happy holidays, guys!
Yay!
This is Joy to the World, as many of you know. We had that very monotone-like in CHO Choir going on. Hey guys, I'm your host, Susannah Kim. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, social media at Susannah_Kim. It's SUSANNAH_KIM. I have my lovely co-host with me, Bri.
Hi guys, you can find me at bphipps14 on Instagram and Twitter, bphipps1214 on Snapchat.
Hey guys, I'm Tara Erickson. You can find me on Twitter at @TaraErickson, Instagram at Tara Erickson.
Sweet. This song is precious, or this recording of this version is precious.
Yes.
It's very childlike. All right, so we're going to go back to episode 9, which is last week. Sorry we missed you guys last week. We could not be here last minute. But we had SLED HOCKEY. And basically we have a few things going on. We got Ray, who's wanting to find like a quiet place in his house just to read.
A me place. A me space.
And it's very typical for Ray to like not have his own thing going on, you know, the attention's not on him clearly. He just has to make his own way.
Right.
But then even worse than Ray is Dylan. She
Who needs
really
to take over
has to fight
everybody's.
for attention. So I love the interior design in his little nook. Did you guys catch that?
Oh my god, like props to him, because the minute I saw those spider webs, I was like, I would not even venture in there.
Yeah.
I would close that thing back and be like, goodbye.
Really? I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, but that's like a week project. You gotta clear those spiders. Like, you have to go in a hazmat suit and like a
Really
duster
get it out.
and then like put up like
The physical idea
Yeah,
of having
gross.
spiders on me would keep me away.
do it.
It's not your place there. A place called me. But yeah, I love the lights, the twinkle lights going on.
Oh, yeah.
But he wasn't discreet. He had his candles on.
Yeah.
So
Eating
Ray.
a veggie tray.
Yeah.
Yeah, of all the things to bring into your me space, like
It's
to
like,
get away from your parents, what you can eat,
this.
veggie tray.
Right?
Yeah.
But it kind of makes sense. It's like sort of a prepared food that you can get at the market. Obviously, and it didn't seem like Maya was going to be cooking much at
I
home.
guess,
Right.
but I don't know. I just expected like more of like what Dylan had, like pizza or
Yeah.
maybe
Right.
Oreos.
Yeah, she had a straight up big old slice of
Cheez-Its.
pizza.
anything
Yeah.
that you can get away with. Stuff. I guess like their parents don't have like, you can't eat this. My parents had like a
Right.
long list, so I'd be like, what can I usually not eat? I'm sneaking in here and I'm eating it.
Oh, true,
Yeah.
Yeah. Find it
Not
somewhere.
a veggie tray.
Yeah. That does sound like
Yeah,
Ray.
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
totally Ray. I love the awkward moment at the end they had when they were like, let's just,
Like,
before we
bad
split off on our divorce schedule pretty much, let's have one awkward moment together. And that's cute.
I think it's terrible that he made a chart in case his parents
I
get
know, yeah.
divorced.
He saw that coming
Yeah.
a mile away. Luckily they haven't had to use that so far. But yeah, so we had that going on. We also have Maya and Kenneth. They have to go to CPR training.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Maya's is way expired and Kenneth just never went. And did you notice Minnie Driver was they made a joke of it. She was very extra English in this episode. A lot of her language, like a lot of it was very
I was waiting
over the
for
top.
her to call someone a twat.
Yeah. I love that word.
Um,
So good.
It's like such an insult, but it sounds so much nicer than anything.
It
sounds
does.
nicer,
Yeah.
Well, like if I was to be called a twat, I wouldn't be like,
Yeah.
what?
It's like
I'd be
a
like,
proper way of
Yeah.
All right,
It's like, you're such a twat.
Yeah.
It's like you
There
can't
you
even
go.
tell what it is. You're like, what? I'm
thank
sorry,
you.
what? Yeah.
yeah, like if a British person
Thank you so
insulted me, I would just
much.
be like, oh, your accent's adorable.
Yeah.
It's true. I melt over any accent. So was she justified to be so mad at him for showering? I was kind of like, I mean, I understand him not locking the door.
I would think he
Right.
should ask before using the shower at someone else's house.
Right.
Like, because I've nannied before, and I'm not just going to get into someone else's shower.
True.
Like, without
Yeah.
asking. Like, I think I used a shower once when I nannied, and that's because we went swimming, and so it was understood, like, that I was going to go take a shower. And I was in my bathing suit, too, in the shower. Like, I didn't even feel
Right.
comfortable, like,
Yeah.
not being in a bathing suit.
Totally.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like how much time has passed that he's been there? I was like lose track where it's like, I guess it really hasn't been a year because it hasn't been a full school year.
No, it's been,
Right.
like,
Still,
September to December.
I would feel weird. But then
it's a
with
fine
Kenneth's
line.
character, like maybe he's just like, oh, not a big deal. I'm just going
I
to
think
take a quick shower.
I think it's fine for him to take the shower there if he asks beforehand.
Yeah, I
Right.
agree.
Right.
It's
And-
not his house.
And if he's gonna lock the door, I mean, have just
Why don't
common
they have a lock on
decency.
their door?
Yeah,
They
I
don't
don't
have
think
a
they
door.
have a lock.
Is that what it was? They don't have a
They
door.
don't have a door anymore.
Still.
Yeah.
Is that what? Okay. Yeah. Well, okay. So that makes
no, but then
sense.
didn't
But you would
Ray
think
say
that she
shut the
would
door?
know that
I
the.
don't remember.
But I thought they didn't have. I don't know.
I know
Maybe
that
they
they
have a
definitely.
curtain.
I don't think they have a
There was
lock.
definitely the water,
Yeah.
or maybe the water wasn't on at that point. But I don't know. It was just a ridiculous situation.
Yeah.
And I like how she's like screaming right at him, making eye contact, and then looks straight
Looks
down, and then
down and looks back up.
Like, it'll
Yeah.
be more obvious.
You think
Yeah.
it would be like shut the curtain like right away, be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was a full, like, she was very aware of what was going on right there. Anyways, there.
oh my god, sorry. Bringing it back up later on when she's like, kudos to, when she's trying to be nice to him. I
Oh
was
right.
like, oh my god, just
Kudos
stop.
to the situation or whatever she said.
yeah.
I was like, oh god,
I was
no.
like, please stop talking.
So
Let's
she
yeah.
saw enough.
Yeah.
And then we have the annoying couple that's trying to steal Kenneth at their CPR class, which didn't
Oh,
go well.
yeah.
I wish they would have showed the moment of, like, because Kenneth finds out that, you know, Maya already talked to them. I wish we would have seen that, like, Kenneth, because I don't think Kenneth would have been able to be stolen anyway.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen them ask him and his reaction to it.
Right?
Yeah. Or like
Yeah.
put him in this situation for a day, and then he's like, I quit, and then he's like, will you take me back? And she's like, she does.
Right.
I don't know.
Dude.
Maybe do something more of a
Those cupcakes
little more
looked
drama.
Just like,
Those
yeah,
I wanted
cupcakes
those
did
cupcakes.
look fantastic.
He was like, it's not
And I'm
appetizing.
sure she didn't. I'm
just
sure
shoved
she had to
it.
buy them, right? She didn't make them. She doesn't cook.
Yeah, it
No,
didn't
she
seem- they were
doesn't
in a
cook.
nice spot,
She
so it
had
didn't
to
seem like
whip
they were-
out that like to go icing in the car to write Kenneth on
Right.
there. Yeah.
It's interesting what they spend their money on, right? Like, that was an extensive box of cupcakes. So yeah, in the end, Kenneth gets his drawer on top. He gets a top drawer. It was pretty nice. And yeah, it's a nice.
I feel like Kenneth is
little
just gonna live here
solution.
by the end of this. Like I'm waiting for him just to move in. Like I don't know where he'd live, but
And that's
Yeah.
what I'm
since
saying.
all of the like kids share a room, but like I feel like he's eventually just gonna live with them.
Yeah, I mean he's there all the time anyway.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
and
a
it's
very
like you
fine
can't even.
line for him. You know?
Yeah, you
'cause he-
can't really have a life outside of them because he's just so busy with them all the time,
I guess
Yeah.
so,
like
yeah.
24/7.
I mean, eventually it's gonna be like he's part of the family. He takes them all to school in the morning.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you are just JJ's aid and voice, but you're
Yeah.
taking care of all the kids in a way. You know, like you're still involved in all their lives. He's,
Totally.
you know, going to all their events and stuff. So
I also just wonder how much they pay him.
interesting.
Like
Yeah, because
how
isn't
much
the-
longer can he afford his apartment off of? I feel like they can't pay him that much.
Right.
Well, I thought
They don't
that
have that much money.
Right, I didn't know if they paid him or if it was like the school or the state because it
Well,
was
I feel
like
the
remember
school
how
would
they
only pay him while they're in school though, and like not past that.
right. I don't know.
And he's
Yeah, I
with them
don't
all
know.
the time.
I don't know how
like
that
she's-
works.
Like Susannah was saying.
Oh wait, but the aid program
but
was
the
provided
aid program
through the school.
was provided through them, and that person
because
would have
that's why
been
they
free.
went to that school.
If someone knows this answer,
I know.
to this
Does somebody
question-
know?
Tell
I'm in the
us how this
thing.
works. I'm
Oh.
sure someone.
Hi, Candace. Missed you too. Happy holidays.
Yes.
Someone will know the answer. I'll be looking at the live chat right now, guys.
Yes.
I wasn't. Now I am.
No, I am. And then one of my favorite lines was, what is it when she's like, "Ray, it's not your turn to use a towel." What does that even mean?
Like,
is
how
that
many
even a
towels
thing
do you
to
have?
Say? Yeah.
Right.
The towel is
like
on
stop spending money on cupcakes. Buy a few more towels
Right?
at Target. They're
Do they
not
have another
that
calendar
expensive.
for towels? Like they have their calendar days for towels. Man, that was weird. It was like a small line, and they just rolled over it. But I was like, "What did she say?"
Right.
That's so DiMeo of them. Like that's so
Yeah.
their family. And we see it in the next episode too, when they're talking about the toilet brushes, like
Oh, yeah.
off of
We're
the
a toilet
tree. I
brush
can't remember
family.
what the tree
Right.
was named.
Oh, I don't
Good
know.
old, like good old
Oh,
Bessie.
Mr. something. I
Yeah,
can't
something
remember
like
it
that.
either.
Mr. Sad Tree. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not that.
Ray
But that's
was-
what I'm calling it.
Yeah.
was
Ray
real
was
sad.
super excited about toilet brushes, though.
Yeah, right.
He was like, we're a toilet
this
brush
kid-
family now?
Clearly,
This
yeah,
kid
their
gets
bathroom
excited about the
situation.
weirdest
The
things.
weirdest
Vegetable
stuff.
trays.
Veggie trays.
Toilet
yeah,
brushes.
toilet brushes. Twinkly lights.
A
He's gonna
gross
make a
hazelnut.
great housewife someday.
Yeah, totally.
All right, and then we got JJ. He wants to play a sport. He started out with tag football, which didn't work very well.
Yeah, because people were letting him win.
Patronizing him. Yeah, I would love to hear if there's other instances of that.
Yeah.
You know? I know we have an audience that
I mean,
relates, I'm
yeah.
sure. So
And in this instance, it's like it's different because it's flag football,
right.
you know, and like it's not like you're tackling like the disabled kid. You're not being that person
Right.
that's having to do something that you feel is like horribly wrong.
No, yeah,
you're just
you're
grabbing a
including
flag.
him. Yeah.
Like maybe, like I don't know, but I don't know. Like it's a hard line though because like you don't want to also like obviously you can run faster than that wheelchair can go.
Right. I mean, I feel like maybe they could have cheated. I mean, I wasn't saying cheated,
but then
like
still like letting him win, and the main thing is he didn't want to be let win. I think that's just the case. Is like what he ended up with is what you kind of have to do. You have to be in a different sport where it's not, where you're kind of like on the same playing field as everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did have I was hoping that Kenneth would be involved in a way, you know, where like Kenneth could sort of be like his guard, or I don't know, like
block people
what do you
off?
call that? Yeah. I don't watch sports. Whatever
His,
that person
defender.
is, that person that covers you.
Yeah.
You know, so that would have been kind of funny. But yeah, they made their point in the beginning where he just.
But I liked that they had it with
obviously
him
couldn't
and
do
the dad, and his dad not wanting to let him play the dangerous sport. Like, I
Yeah.
thought that was a fun story.
getting to sled hockey. Yeah, so he got to the what was it? The ice rink.
Yeah.
And he
They
was
went
trying
to
to
go
show
play
him Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah, Pac-Man
And
first.
instantly he was like, you know, diverted to sled hockey. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought it would have been way more fun if they just would have went through 3 different very quick sports, like flag football, something else, and JJ's like, nope, this won't work. And then another quick cut to something else, like, nope, this won't work.
Right, and seeing
then
Kenneth try to figure that out.
Kenneth's like, no, this isn't going to work either.
Yeah.
And then he goes with his dad and actually discovers something that he can do.
Yeah.
I thought it would have made it maybe a little more interesting. But I still liked it. It just didn't have too much there that I like super cared about. Like, obviously they're gonna not really throw the ball probably to him. I don't know.
Yeah, I did like it was his dad though, and not just Kenneth in that situation.
Me too.
It was his
Yeah,
dad
no,
that was involved,
Yeah.
and Kenneth wasn't even around because he was at CPR class.
I also
or whatever.
like when the dad like brings him back, and when Jimmy brings him back, and they're just like, you're the one that wouldn't let him play and stuff. I was like, I don't want him to get hurt, and they're like, he has the right to get hurt.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm doing my thing where I'm, my son can do whatever he wants. She's like, I'm doing that thing instead of the protective thing.
Right.
She picks and chooses what she wants to do. But yeah, the only thing that I really, really, really missed about the whole sled hockey thing, they didn't show the goal at the end where they finally show him playing.
Yeah, they didn't even cut to
And
it.
they just jumped right out of it where they're like, oh, go, JJ, go. And then they cut. And it like, I don't know, I missed that moment of him making the goal. It was kind of like the moment last episode where we didn't get to see him talking to the girl and get, get that
they
answer.
don't like to
I feel
get. It's like they don't like to give us
tiny
these
out.
like moments of like emotion firsthand.
Right, but I feel
Right.
like those moments are so like satisfactory, or I don't know, like.
Well, there was such a
was
big
missing
build
it.
up with like him, because that was after he got hurt, right?
Right.
That he went back and continued to play, and then he made a goal.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
he was gonna quit because of getting hurt and losing his tooth.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I feel like that might be on the editor's hands because they do a lot of quick cutting, which I realize, like, even in that argument between Minnie and Kenneth, like, their conversation in CPR was just, like, their quick cuts were so
Right.
fast.
Right. And a lot of
I
it's
wonder
funny.
if maybe they filmed that. A lot of it's great. A lot of it needs, like, the quick cuts that are there. But I'm
Absolutely.
like, I wonder if maybe the editor was like, oh, we should get out of here and get to the next scene for time.
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe.
That's kind of where my head went. But I agree. I would have loved to see it like, go through and like cheer as maybe they thought it might be corny that we
And
are.
that's what I was thinking. Like, it's a very, like, oh, that's what you expect. It's what you expected. So you kind of just assume what would happen.
Yeah.
But, like, still, I don't know. For me, I feel like that's a lot of what the show is missing is those really, like, deep moments or, like, you know, those
Just
heartfelt things.
Yeah, I
don't know.
agree.
But, yeah. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for sled hockey, right?
Yeah.
Moving on to CHO choir, which was a terrible choir. That
There's like 4 people in that choir.
and it was all the
All
same
flat.
note. Yeah, all
Yeah.
flat. It was so
Amazing.
depressing. There was no like, oh man, I spent a lot of years in choir. None of them were like that. Luckily.
I love him walking in and the teachers being like, we're not bothering anybody.
Yeah.
Like, obviously she's
This is
been
like-
through people like being like,
Yeah,
can
every
you guys
5
quiet them
minutes.
up? Like,
Yeah,
oh my god.
This
Yeah.
club is on its last limb. Or
Yep.
class, if it's a class. Clearly no one's
No,
taking
it's
it.
extracurricular, right?
Yeah.
Because he needs more extracurriculars to get into college.
To get into college. He seems so
'Cause
little
he's
to
not
be going to
well-rounded.
college. He seems like a
Well,
baby,
he's like,
but
I think he's
guess
supposed to be,
they're in high
what,
school.
14,
Yeah.
15 maybe.
Yeah, he's
so,
ahead of
I
the
mean,
curve.
you're starting to think about, like, what you need to start creating your applications for college at that point.
Right.
Yeah, man, I don't think I even thought about that till I was like 17. I was like,
Nope.
oh, I should get on it now.
Yeah.
I think I was thinking
Everyone
about that
else is
like in
applying.
elementary school. I was like,
Really?
I was like, okay, I gotta stay in Girl Scouts because it'll look good on my college resume.
Man.
That's hilarious.
And
I was like, Girl Scouts 1 year, done, check, I'm out.
Yeah, I tried that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was in until the very end.
Oh, man.
I got my gold award and everything.
Ah, so you're one of those. But that's what I'm saying. It seems like Ray would have been more on top of it, right? He, like, he reads for pleasure, and he
Right.
I feel like he would have known that his standing wasn't well rounded or whatever.
Well, what happened to the astrology club?
Yeah, well,
That's
he doesn't go anywhere because the girl turned him down, probably. They
Jillian.
never say
I mean,
it, but
they
I'm
didn't
assuming
go
that's
back
what's
to that
happening.
ever, and he
That's
loved
true.
that. And I'm like, that was a huge part of in the beginning. And I'm like, why is he not studying stars
That is
right
a good
now?
point.
I mean, it would have been nice of them to like take us like that he's quitting it because of the girl, but I assume that that's why. It's because she's
Right.
not
Right.
wanting to be with him, so he doesn't want to go back to the club and
Right.
be around her.
Right.
Wait, in the beginning, fresh in my memory, did he only join the astronomy club because of that girl, or he liked astronomy
He liked
before?
astronomy,
Yeah,
and
that was
then
the
he
thing.
met her through that.
Exactly.
And he was like,
I remember.
"And there's a
I was like,
girl."
"Ooh, love Spark," because there was a girl who liked astronomy just like him.
That's
I'm like, dude, that
true.
would
Good
totally
point.
look great for Harvard,
And
Stanford.
she just disappeared too. Like he cut her out of his life. Like she's dead to him.
yeah,
Jillian's gone.
what
I think
happened
she
to
started
her?
dating that other guy.
She did start dating, yeah, but like,
Halloween
there was no even like episodes of like, kind of still a little bit of love happening.
I
like
still
with
wanna-
him.
got
He
cut.
was
Yeah.
like, nope, done.
I just want to see him deal with that situation in the astronomy club because he loves astronomy. Just to be like, well, I love the stars, so
I
like
love
I'm
the
gonna have to deal.
Right.
You know, I don't know.
Do
Yeah.
his own thing. And then we had it's Julianne Hough. It's got to be Julianne Hough. We tried to look it up.
I tried to look it up. IMDb at least didn't credit Julianne Hough if it is her. If you know if it's not her, who it is, please let
Comment.
us know.
If
But
you are
we're
her
pretty
publicist,
sure.
please get on that.
Yeah, it's
because
tough.
she's paying somebody
Candace
to do that, right?
is the one in the live chat, so I'll see what she says.
Yeah, someone's
Yeah.
got to agree with us. That's totally Julianne Hough. I love
Yeah.
her.
Me too.
I'm a huge Dancing with the Stars fan. So, yeah, I liked her in it. She was cute.
Yeah, totally
She was
adorable.
funny,
I loved
yeah.
her pink hair.
Yeah.
I think it's so terrible. That actually might just be our TV.
That her hair was pink.
Oh, that's
Yeah, our
possible.
TVs,
You're
our
right.
TVs do.
Oh,
make
really?
coloring a
There's
little
that
bit.
Oh,
some
man.
weird, huge
That's
just
hilarious.
because of our
LED one.
lights.
Oh, got it.
So I don't know.
That's
But maybe
hilarious.
not. If you saw pink on your TV, let us know so that we know
Yeah,
if it was our
so
TV
we know now.
or if it was her.
And
hair.
maybe it wasn't Julianne Hough. Maybe the lighting just
Right. It's a
made it look
totally
like her.
different person.
Totally other actress. But yeah, she was cute, right? Yeah. And
Oh, she
then
was adorable. Yeah.
beforehand, Ray was promised a solo,
Mm-hmm.
and then after the tryouts, JJ got the solo through Kenneth.
AKA Kenneth.
I felt bad for Ken at that point because she's like, oh my god, I heard the voice of an angel, and he's just like,
I know, no
Yeah.
acknowledgement. Yeah.
Right.
But I like later how he's like, look, we can widen the spotlight, guys. I understand it's
I
about
also
the
think
kid.
at some point this isn't entirely fair.
Right, yeah. He's like, it
Yeah.
is coming out of my face.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was funny how everyone's celebrating that JJ's got this solo, and it's like, man, this school, this is
so-
JJ's school, you know?
It totally is, man. He owns this place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we had the cute moment at the end, JJ.
sharing the. But then they didn't even
Spotlight,
share it because he just got distracted by the teacher, so he couldn't even sing.
That was a weird moment.
Also,
The whole
no
thing was a little weird.
no disrespect to Ray, but like, I don't know if I would rather hear Kenneth sing that solo.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he kind
Kenneth's
of
got
oversang.
pipes.
Yeah.
He's got some pipes.
I just feel like there was a better way that they could have gotten Ray up there rather than him going up and then August saying, I believe somebody else deserves this solo. You're like,
Yes.
I don't know. That's so corny's 80s, 90s movie, or I
Yes.
don't know what it was, but it didn't hit me the right way. Where I'm like, this
neither.
show is a lot smarter than sometimes that they allow.
At
like,
least if he wasn't
there-
sitting in the audience. Maybe if he was
Yeah,
like
or he did it
backstage and he comes out or
before.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, where he just gives him a look. I want him to
awkward.
shine his laser at Ray in
Me
the
too.
audience, and then
I
I'm
was
like, does it?
expecting that.
It has to like reach that far, which is like in his eye, and he's like, what?
Yeah.
And maybe he's
everyone's
like,
looking to see where
yeah,
he's pointing.
and then maybe he's like,
Or
you
like
know,
how
you
Kenneth
over
walked
here.
down into
Funny.
the audience and like
Yeah.
put the microphone next to him. I don't know.
Yes, that would have
Something else, just a little more creative.
Yes.
That I feel like the show has a lot of creative moments and characters, and they write them very interesting. But that move was weird to me. And then I thought it was funny how Ray like spaced out when all of a sudden he's like now notices how hot their
And
teacher
yeah,
is.
it's
Yeah.
not because of nervousness or anything.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But the way that maybe it was shot or something, or the way that he just all of a sudden spaced out during the song, I don't know. Maybe there's a better way to do that too. It just
I
didn't
agree.
hit me as funny as maybe it should have.
The best part for me in that was Kenneth just talking to him, being like, "Are you nervous now? Just
Right.
watch everybody naked. Oh,
Yeah.
you're looking at her.
Yeah.
No.
Put her clothes back on.
Put her in
Yeah.
a sweater.
Yeah.
My favorite part was
nice
when some
sweater.
guy in
Yeah,
the audience.
she's a nice sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
just goes, sing something in the
Yeah.
audience. I liked that.
Yeah, that was funny.
They're noticing the moment. But
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with you. I think they could have made that a little better. It was just something about it was awkward, not super hilarious for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But otherwise, we got a lot of other stuff going on. Maya is super excited about the holiday for a change, which I thought it was really funny. They purposely made her kind of like nice and sweet and you know,
try and be the hopeful one.
Right, because then they're going to take the van away, and they want it to make it, you know, seem right that they deserve the van again. Does that make sense? I was like, because had it been the regular DiMeos without Maya being, like, excited about the holiday, it wouldn't have, like, been as, like, well-deserved, I guess, when the van is taken. Right, and then when the I guess, the school gets together and gets donations and gets a new van for them.
I just hate that they... And it's going to sound terrible because it's the right thing to do is to get back the van, but I just hated the fact that they're going to get back the van. Like, I'm like, you do all these, like, things that are, like, so crossing the lines of moralness, and that's where you're going to draw the line.
Yeah, that's
this
true.
new van that can help your family out a lot.
That's very true.
And now you have your presents back.
It would be very DiMeo of them to keep the van.
Yeah,
you know,
just
they're
like
terrible
hide the old,
or donate the older one.
If they
something.
hid the old van with like leaves, like we're just gonna pretend it's not
right,
here, and then in a
take
later
all the gifts
episode,
out.
someone finds the van.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were gonna do. Run down there, put all the new gifts in the new van, and then maybe they go back, feel bad, and donate it or something. Candace says it was her, definitely. Briana Huff.
Okay,
so boom, we have another
they
witness.
just didn't credit her on IMDb.
What's up, man? She's
got to
get on there and add herself because you can do that.
Yeah, I'll Wikipedia it for her. Yeah, something. Yeah, and then we had another small little thing. Poor Dylan. No one went to her race. She got her storyline was
actually
just
really
lost
sad
over.
because usually you don't see Dylan being upset, and we got 2 episodes in a row where she like got kind of real.
I
know, with the closet being like, well, I also need my own space. I share a room with 2 boys.
Yes.
She's
and
so
then
neglected in a way,
yeah,
you know?
and then this one being like, you couldn't just come to my race.
It was really sad, and I felt like even in the storyline that she got glossed over, you know? Like, yeah, they barely touched on it, but that was a big
I like that storyline too, both of them.
I think the show would do better if it was like a hour dramatic comedy, because like they seem to try to like squeeze so much in to such like a short space.
And because it is kind of like very deep stuff they're talking about, it's heavy it can be heavy content, it can be really heartfelt, and in a way, like, I like that they keep it very lighthearted, but
sometimes we want to get into that deepness.
Exactly, and there are a lot of sitcoms that are able to do that, you know, so that's why I know, like, they can do it, you know.
Yeah, I
like,
think they just are trying to do too many storylines sometimes in one episode.
Right. So you've got to lengthen, like, just follow Dylan a little bit more, and it's less JJ, less Ray, less of a lot of other people.
Yeah, like, don't have a storyline for each of them
every single time. They're trying to do a lot, like a fairness amount. It's like, no, I would rather just see, lengthen with Dylan and then small bits of the other people that are not as big storylines.
Yeah, like, let's get one storyline with this episode. Let's get someone else's storyline with another episode.
I think we all loved when Dylan, like, got deep, what you're saying, like, in the little closet where she's like, dude, I'm a girl living with 2 other brothers in one room. I can even change in my own room. And I'm like, oh, right. Like, that has to be rough as a teenager and at her age, too. I think that's, like, great for other girls that are probably in the same situation, teenage girls. I would have loved to see more of that too. Yeah. And like her being disappointed by her family, because everybody is disappointed, but more of that.
And I think that's like a compliment to the show to say the thing that we hate the most about is that we're not getting as much from it.
Absolutely.
Because we want to see more of what they're offering.
Exactly.
Yeah, because there's really good writers, and they do write some interesting storylines, which I really enjoy. I just want to see more of certain storylines, And
just like, they're able
more
to,
time.
They got us invested in these characters. Like, I love the characters. I love the actors.
Yeah.
We want more.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like you said, it's a compliment more so than just, a complaint or something. Yeah.
Right.
We just want, and like you're saying, more. I would like to see that, like, very centralized storylines. Just one episode on the whole Dylan thing would have been amazing,
Right.
To really get us, like, feeling what she's feeling. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, the show's doing okay in ratings. I think it's been falling a lot. Viewership's been going down. So hopefully in the new year, we'll see a resurgence.
Share it with your friends. Go and watch it. Tell people.
We want to see it get renewed, so.
We would love to see it get renewed.
Absolutely.
Maybe they'll watch us and be like, oh, okay. Storylines.
Yes. So thank you guys for joining us. Definitely take a second to like our video if you can. Yeah. Like it on iTunes, whatnot. Share it, please. Retweet our tweets. You guys can find me online, Instagram, whatnot, at Susannah_Kim. Ladies, where can they find you?
You guys can find me, bphipps14, Instagram, Twitter, bphipps1214 on Snapchat.
Hey guys, you can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/Tara Erickson, or Twitter @ Tara Erickson.
Awesome. And then the show comes back January 4th, so that's when we'll be back.
So happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Happy
New
holidays.
Year. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.